Hey everybody, Skylar Duensing here with the United States Patriot Society. We're here at CPAC 2022, and I'm here with a fellow conservative. How are you?
Well, I am so happy to be here because I was blessed, actually most of my life, I think, except for a couple times when someone, tried to do some devil stuff to me. Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Simone. I'm from the Chicagoland area, and I'm actually running for mayor of Chicago.
Wow.
Well, I said some prayers, and in a 78-22 district, I actually have a good chance because I'm Dr. Dave, the holistic guy.
Hey.
I worked with Joe Mercola, with Robert Kennedy Jr. You remember the Vaccine Safety Review Panel back when they pointed Robert Kennedy to it?
Absolutely.
Right before the election?
Sure.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, wow.
There you go. And do you know why Hillary Clinton wasn't president?
Why is that?
Well, I have all these autistic patients. So I have this entire underground network of these cancer patients, autistic patients, autoimmune disease patients. You know what they all have? They all came to me with dumb doctor disease.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know what else to call it because everybody came to me. I'm like, why did your doctor do that?
Yeah, sure.
And, all I did was take a history. I mean, what I'm legally required to do. And I'm going, oh, my gosh. So I've been trying to change everything. Wrote page 48 of mercury fillings, and then at the Global Mercury Treaty at the United Nations, President Trump was nice enough to get the FDA. That
good old FDA.
A little bit, yeah. So we got no mercury fillings and a whole list of things not to do for women and children. That was President Trump. Mm-hmm. And another great thing that President Trump did with me, or however you want to say it, was the dental mercury separators in all dental offices. So all the mercury that they drill out, which you could easily capture with my techniques, doesn't at least go right into your drinking water through the sewers and all that.
Sure.
So we're just trying to have kids not have mercury. Now in Chicago, somebody put lead pipes in everywhere.
Oh, really?
Why?
So Chicago did something bad? Because we're from Chicago, too, so...
Oh, well, you can vote for me then.
Absolutely.
Well, see what I'm talking about? So here's what happened. If you put fluoride, which is already it really doesn't help you that much. In fact, it's really bad for you. And you put it through lead pipes, you get more lead.
Oh, wow.
So how can you expect...
What a coincidence.
How can you expect all the kids to... Gary,
crazy.
Come here. By the way, do you know why Illinois is going to be red? Because Gary Rabine is going to be governor. And you know why Gary Rabine is going to be governor? Because he should be. My gosh, this guy is so good. He knows what he's doing.
Fighter.
You got it, baby.
Right. And why is Illinois red? Because if I'm the mayor of Chicago and Gary's the governor of Illinois, you're actually looking at the new Illinois right here.
Good leadership in Illinois.
Do you understand what we're doing?
Absolutely. We're bringing Illinois back.
This is a couple of dedicated guys
jobs,
right here. Yep.
Safety. We're going to be world class in jobs. We're going to be world class in safety, and we're going to be world class in freedom.
That's right.
That's
freedom,
like 20
baby.
Things.
No,
Like that many.
that's
Like
just
that
three.
many.
And a whole lot.
Well, I mean, the freedom is like this,
that's true, yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary. I'll be seeing you a little later. I'm a shpucha.
Right.
Right there. Okay, it's a Yiddish word in case you
Okay,
didn't know.
so,
All right,
let's circle it back in here. We're talking about the jab, right?
Oh, God, you want to talk vaccines?
Let's talk about
So it's been me versus Fauci for 30 years because it was about 30 years ago and I was like, oh my God, what the heck is in this stuff?
Yeah.
And then I was trying to figure out what is it about people that's making them all their brains not work properly. So I started going through the differential diagnosis of scientific, viability of let's do like an investigation.
Sure, right.
Oh, what is
let's
that?
just say, look into it. Right?
And maybe there's chemistry or biophysiology or something involved. There's a microbiome. Always fight for the little guy.
That's right.
The microbiome, the microscopic little guys. That's the meek that will inherit the earth.
That's the ultimate the people.
Those are the ultimate the people because they're going to be, they were here before us.
They've been around for a while.
I mean, real God's children are bacteria, if you think about it, because he made those too.
Sure, right.
I mean,
don't we have like all the elements in our own body too?
Well, a developing star will make up to iron, 28, and the only way you get everything else is through a supernova explosion, so you can get all your isotopes. But that's another day. I'm going to put you to sleep.
So the jab.
All right, so the jab. So if I have a list of ingredients, do I deserve informed consent? Legally, Joe Biden didn't give informed consent. In fact, he committed such malpractice, he should be sued, wink, wink, and so is Kamala Harris. So, this is a malpractice case. He's the America's top doctor.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't think about that for a second.
And how about Pfizer, right? Didn't Pfizer say, no, you don't get to have any of the evidence. You don't get to know 75 years.
SM-102 is the proprietary ingredient. I couldn't get anything on it. And, of course, the delivery mechanism for the RNA molecule with the little spike thing coming out, but it has a tail to it called graphene oxide. Now, graphene oxide, of course, the University of Alberta, nice people in Canada sometimes with those truckers up there, Hong Kong. So what you got is the graphene oxide doesn't leave the body. So, but it also keeps moving because they're micromotors. So if you have like a 1 to 5% peroxide solution like whitening toothpaste or rinsing your mouth hydrogen peroxide, you actually cause the graphene oxide pieces, microscopic, to put along and poke holes in you. And if they're in the spiral form, then a magnetic field will make them spin and drill holes in you. So an ancient torture technique is called death by 1,000 cuts. I'm an ancient, don't worry. So I'm old, dusty, like Torah type old. Okay, like Moses' soul. It's like 6,000 years ago. So the point is this, is that if you take these little micromotors and keep punching holes in you, it's called death by 1,000 cuts. Now you didn't bleed to death, you coagulated to death. And you make lung jello because your lungs are what we call hemopoietic tissue. They actually produce your first line blood clotting, which is why everybody is dying from blood clotting. COVID is a blood clotting disease.
So then why would they ever want to mandate that on the people?
Well, here's the better part. It even gets even worse. All you need is an aspirin to start with for a blood clotting disease.
And some of these doctors couldn't even give their patients, what, vitamin C?
Well, if you do 10,000 units IV, that's great usually, but they don't want you to do that either. So the thing is too much of a good thing isn't necessarily better. The graphene oxide, unfortunately, increases the rates of osteosarcoma. My scar on my leg right here, from here to here, I had it when I was 16. I was a cancer survivor. So, well, I'll tell you this, I know a little bit about osteosarcoma, and I really don't want to get it again.
Sure.
If you don't mind, I don't want bone cancer. Now, what vaccines do they want to give to children? Oh, wait. COVID vaccines with graphene oxide is going to increase children's cancer rates like this.
So this is just insanity. Then with the
Well, not only that, see, Fauci is a criminal. So in 2009, when Obama got in office, I'm like, great, science came back to the White House. I'm going to go ahead and get my mercury fillings and have the FDA say stop using them. So I went to those guys and Biden and Clinton and all those guys said, hey, let's get this mercury filling thing done. You know what they told me to go do? They told me to go foof myself. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Who would have ever thought that they would do that?
You do know that I'm right about the mercury science because I'm a chemistry geek. I mean, seriously, I'm the biggest nerd there is in town. And I try to be a comedian. I'm sorry my jokes aren't funny.
I'm laughing. I'm sure everybody else is laughing.
I mean, I got a Fauci joke.
Let's hear it.
Oh, God, it's horrible.
Fauci joke.
It's a Fauci fart. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Because he's a brain fart. Because he has poop for brains, which means if you get him to brain fart, it comes out of his ears as a ear. Oh, that's gross. This is biophysiology. It naturally occurs. Usually supposed to be out that way. Oh, wait. I almost lost my nickname at all the government agencies. Yeah. Usually I'm Polar Bear. And, of course, some people call me other ones. But, and this is really a strong but, we're worried about wearing masks out this end. Now, if I put RNA into your little guy microbiomes.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You know what happens? It's a whole petri dish going on in there of your tummy zoo. And I know this is factual. And what comes out the other end are called, this is the title of my report, VPFs.
Right.
Yeah, it ruined my nickname. They can't even figure out what to give me as a nickname now. Because VPFs are vaccinated peoples. Say it. Come on, it's the F word. Not that F word. It comes out that end.
Farts.
Oh my God.
Lord. Oh, I said the big F word.
I just ruined my professional reputation.
The career's gone. Career's gone.
The point is this. If I'm going to run for mayor of Chicago, and I pick up, let's say, just 10 points on a losing mission of, instead of 23% Republican, it goes to 32% Republican, right? So that 10 points translates to 6 statewide. 46-54 is a typical statewide result, which means I win 52-48 in my Dr. Dave red Trump slate of candidates. No purple people eaters on my slate, and they all get chewed up by who else but me.
That's right.
That's right. Because if you'd like to stand in front of me and debate me, please step right up.
I bet not a lot of people want to do that.
Oh, well, not anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, no, I mean, ask Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
I mean, she couldn't even find her emails. So, I think I was mentioned a couple times in there. And those missing emails. Wow. Yeah, she treated me like a staff member. Like I worked for her.
Really?
Oh, I mean, she tried to.
But then doesn't want to elicit anything you're saying now.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't see them. I think what we should do is find those emails and print them all.
Is it too much to just ask for the truth and for the real information?
Well, if you want the truth, can't they just shoot it in you?
Right, yeah.
Oh my God,
apparently
that's the
they
vaccine.
can now.
Do you know why the vaccine rates are so high?
Why?
Because you're not getting the vaccine in your butt. Oh my God.
So
can you imagine if the needle was this big and they're like, okay, I mean, sorry, mine are only that big. Now, if you notice when they give the vaccine, this is the best. So if you look at all the video of the last 2 years, because I'm a doctor,
Right.
you got a mask, got a so half the time they're loading the vaccine with no gloves on. Well, that's nice. They put the thing down.
That's real nice,
and half
yeah.
the time they're not even using a glove to put it in. And then when they jab it, this is the best part. Now, granted, vaccines, there's a pro and a con. I deserve to know all the cons.
Right.
I know what the sales. See, watch.
Yeah, I know the sales pitch.
Yeah,
I know
this
that.
is the best offer whatsoever.
Yeah.
There's a little fine print that has no return, but we'll
Right,
talk
yeah.
that later. Okay. So, when they stick the needle in, you see them kind of just going in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, are you into the muscle? Did you go into an artery? Did you
Where are they
hit a
going?
nerve?
Yeah.
Of course you hit a nerve. You hit all those things. It's
Right.
supposed to be a sub-Q injection. That means only under the skin. So when you put the needle in any farther than that, you see them go all the way into like that. Put graphene oxide in my circulatory system, those little pieces, causing death by 1,000 cuts. That's the point. You die from coagulation disease.
So I guess a big understatement would be this is very, very bad.
Well, first of all, why doesn't anybody know this? Why am I the only person that
Right.
knows this in the whole country? Are you kidding me?
And then when you try to talk about it, what do they label you as? Conspiracy theorists. You're a quack. Shouldn't be listened to.
Factual.
Media demonizes you.
Right.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's not like ethyl mercury. See, the only way for the autism, just real quick, because I have so many autistic patients, and we're gonna stop making autistic people because I know how they do it. I'm gonna recover them as much as I can. We're gonna get the companies that caused it, and Fauci and all your schmouchy ouchies over there. We're gonna get you to triple pay back everybody that went bankrupt from the wrong. By the way, I don't know if you saw this, but a lot of the autistic treatments out there. Maybe run them by me first.
Sure.
You see what I'm
Sure,
saying? I'm
yeah.
just trying
It's
to be the
almost,
nicest
isn't
thing.
it almost
I'm
like the
just trying to be the nicest.
pharmaceuticals and
Well,
the FDA want us to buy more life?
you do
Isn't
realize that even in my own toxicology academy, I had corporate lobbyist infiltration.
Wow.
Oh, so much to the point that someone called me a terrorist in Boston. And
Good old lobbying.
That wasn't nice, but you know what I did for President Trump in Boston?
What's that?
I got rid of Elizabeth Warren as a candidate.
Wow.
I let my corrupt academy call me a terrorist, so 12 cops almost shot me. But I walked around the whole city, and I divided the police force 50-50. And then the whole state went 50-50. And then they had to coalesce around Biden, and Elizabeth Warren wasn't included. She was the strongest candidate. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, fake
Wait.
Pocahontas.
Bye-bye, Biden.
Right.
Sorry, Biden. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
So-
Later.
Quick,
Okay.
your advice to parents with this vaccine.
Well, the first thing you have to do is you have that child that is still developing. Try not to induce anything other than good food into your body for your pregnancy and for the entirety of that child's life. And that's pretty much it. Now, do vaccines sometimes have a benefit? Well, there's a claimed benefit. Claimed benefit. Right. And so the trick is did the benefit occur just from the vaccine, or did it occur from people just washing their hands and maybe pooping in a toilet instead of in the street? I mean, that's the kind of the changes of the last 100
I wonder
years.
what that would have been like if we just this whole time maybe didn't lock down, maybe just washed our hands.
Well, lockdown, I'm only
Consensus.
6 months behind in revenues in the last 2 years.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, Omicron was great. You know what it was? All that patients, December and January, almost completely canceled. All right? So that's 2 months of revenue gone. Now, why did they cancel? Not because they had COVID, because their app said that someone around them may have had COVID. I followed up with all of my patients. I had over 100 patients cancel for December and January. Sorry. And none of them had COVID.
Wow. So it's
Not
like
one.
giant shell game, money game, and the American people left to suffer and left to foot the bill for the corrupt.
I'm sorry. What are we paying for those shots? That are. By the way, did you see the WHO came out and said the boosters are useless?
Oh.
Did you see that article?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
But now he wants to
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why we have that.
babies.
I'm going to tell you why we have that.
Why?
My old buddy Carolyn Vickers at WHO, who I worked with at the United Nations when I did the Global Mercury Treaty and mercury filling stink and all that, she owed me some favors. Like, I need you to do science on this one, if you don't mind. And she did. So I'm sending a personal thank you to Carolyn Vickers at WHO for protecting babies from whatever happens. Oh my God, that SIDS thing. SIDS, you know that sudden infant death syndrome that nobody can figure out? I figured it out. You ready? Watch this. Nerves are attracted to protecting your body so you can conduct neuronal activity. The most important nerve is from the brain to the heart, which is the vagus nerve. That nerve is unmyelinated because it's so important it must function. If you have mercury in your body, and you have aluminum, mercury and aluminum precipitate, and that vagus nerve gets clogged up, and it doesn't conduct a signal, and your heart doesn't know to beat. That's SIDS. So if I can figure that out all by myself, how hard is it to go back? So the liability of the vaccine...
Is the vaccine doing that?
Well, all I can say is, what's the source? See, it's not just the ethyl mercury in a vaccine, although it's 1,000 times more toxic than the other mercury. You have elemental mercury, methyl mercury, which is usually in your fish or in your water and so forth. The elemental mercury is coming as vapor off your fillings or vapor from the air maybe before it's been bacterially methylated or vitamin B methylated.
Sure.
And then, of course, most people with autism have a demethylization problem or the MTFHR deficiency and so forth like that. So, but basically, we're all mercury poisoned. Always. We have it in our air, water, and food because of volcanoes.
Sure.
That's why New Zealand, they can't control the mercury emissions because when our volcano erupts, that's what it's supposed to do. And in Wisconsin, you said you're from Wisconsin, right? Okay. So I was at the Water Commission meeting like 12 years ago. The Water Commissioner of Wisconsin in 2010, I can't remember, I'll recall his name, said, how am I supposed to get my limits of mercury in my effluent out of the treatment plant to 0.2 when the rainwater is 0.8? Oh God, it's 4 times higher than rainwater. So you know what we said? Just let some lake water in because the solution to pollution is dilution.
No, but that's too easy of a solution.
I know, but that's
too
not the
easy.
solution.
There's no money to be made in
And
that.
I do agree we need to stop pooping on the planet so much. Everybody just eat half as much, we'll all be in shape, and then there's half as much poop.
Right.
I mean, seriously, it's a real simple solution.
Right. Good point.
And then more people, put it outside.
Yeah.
Find a space, like the old days. Because that's the old days. See, when God invented everything, He didn't envision this.
God's design was perfect.
It's like God,
it is perfect.
Listen, you know what happened? I think God takes public transportation to all of His planets, and that's an asteroid. It's a theory. I don't know. Let me just go with this for a second. So let's say He comes back here every 2,000 years. Kind of makes sense. We're expecting a return real soon.
Right.
That seems like okay. And the last time was about 2,000 years ago. Right. And so when He left, things seem to be working pretty well. And when He comes back, he's going to look around and go, what the heck is going on around here?
What the heck are you guys doing?
Right, and how'd you let Fauci not go to Nuremberg? Now that Nuremberg story about Fauci, here's a quickie for you. Ready?
Yeah.
The tribunal presentation was made in the city of Nuremberg so that the Nuremberg courts can accept it. The MSNBC story says it's a fake news that Fauci was indicted at Nuremberg. Yeah, no, it's an ongoing story, and it's just about to happen. Sorry, Fauci, you have a chance to come out. And remember, I'm Dr. Dave, and I personally want you to know that I've been after you for 30 years, and I won.
And we the people are going to win too.
Oh,
Time
yes.
to probably roll out those old things that the founding fathers said is the price for treason.
Well, I will tell you that I cannot wait to hear him defend himself when he's presented with the facts.
Yeah, I wonder if Senator Paul was so wrong about that, right?
Well, I do like Rand a lot. In fact, I got a VP list for Trump. Oh, yeah. I got everybody working me. I mean, can you imagine me as vice president? Oh, wow. I could be president. Watch this. I can run the FDA, the CDC, the NIH, the EPA, the VA hospital. Oh, you know what I'm doing for the VA?
What's that?
If you ask any veteran, by the way, this is General Borling, okay? So he gave me this off his jacket. I'm a lifer, so anyway. So you have partial disability at the VA. If you have 2 legs and an arm blown off, you can get a free clinic. Anything less than that, nope. So I'm going to get rid of the most annoying program called partial disability, take that $1.7 billion, I think was the total line item structure for all of its billing, take that staff and just slide it over to free dental for all vets. So we get rid of the most annoying thing that they all hate, cost the taxpayer no additional money. I keep all the staff, I don't have to fire anybody. They all get free dentistry, and I think 24 to 25 million vets would probably vote for me for that, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
somewhere around there, right.
Yeah.
And a couple live in Chicago.
Right.
You live in Chicago. Oh my God. So if you're in Chicago and you want to vote for someone who has integrity, and yeah, I know. Yes, that is a White House pin from President Trump, and I've had since 2015. You know why?
Why?
I didn't want Iran to have a nuclear bomb. What idiot thought that was a good idea?
Right, exactly. I hope all the Biden voters we know that the election was illegitimate. I hope they're happy with that.
And I understand the Democrats. Here's the problem with them. I mean, a couple, but I'll go with the top 24,000. So the first one is anybody who voted for that nuclear program to happen, Now, I happen to be, like I said, my dad's Catholic, mom's Jewish, my bar mitzvah. Sure. And I'm friends with Rabbi Moskowitz and stuff, and we took police academy together. Oh, don't talk. Right. So I'm one of his bodyguards. So what do I do about all the people that should be supporting Israel fully, wanting Iran to have a nuclear bomb? Do the Nazis not good enough? Did the Romans not teach you a lesson?
Yep.
Did who came before the Romans? The Egyptians?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Did history, I guess,
right.
Did history not teach you
Jewish
a
people
lesson?
are way before that sometimes.
Right.
But the point is this, is that we have all this amazing people and energy here. And if you're going to tell them we're going to keep poisoning kids, and you're not going to give them informed consent that you can die instantly from your vaccine, most of them, by the way, but not everybody dies, only a few people. I guess that's the price of liberty.
Right.
When you're a vaccine company.
Right. Yeah,
because
exactly.
they don't
sellouts.
Right. So see, the vaccine companies have their own constitution.
Really?
Yeah. It's called whatever they want.
Yeah.
Now that used to be,
they fund the FDA.
Right. So if I wanted the King of England to run my country, I'd let the vaccine companies do it. I mean, no offense, and I hope the Queen gets better. I can't believe a vaccinated person got COVID.
Yeah, right. Wow, and it seems to be happening so much. But the people need to take a stand. You need to know the truth, spread this information, and always remember, it's we the people. This is our country. This is your body,
That's
your
right.
freedom, your liberty.
Right.
For all the years to come.
Hear this, Health Freedom Expo. Why don't you guys attend?
All right.
Pretty easy to do.
Freedom Expo.
Yeah, I'll be speaking there again soon.
Awesome. Dr. Dave.
Oh my God, you are awesome,
Thank
Skylar.
you so much. I appreciate you.
You know what's great about saving this country?
What's that?
Being successful at it.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you, everybody.